Adjusting in a new country, especially like the UK, is not easy. I moved here in 2016 and I'm still trying to figure out my way around. As an international student or international employee, as an expat, it takes time to make a new country your home. But in today's video, I'm going to break down the step-by-step process that you need to follow to adjust your life in a new country, especially like the UK, to make sure it's an easy adjustment. So let's begin. Hi my friends, my name is Meher, the career coach and mentor that you were looking for. As always, I'm going to break down today's video into these chapters and cover all the things that you need to know from my own personal experience to feel less scared, less anxious about your move to a new country. Because I have personally been there. I had no contacts, no base. I had no one I could talk to who could guide me as to how I could adjust my life in an absolutely new place and start my life from scratch. But I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to break it down for you. The very first thing, like I always say, that you need to have is the golden mindset. In this situation, when you're moving to a new place, when you're moving to a new country, I want you to have the mindset that it's okay. Things are going to fall into place, that you're here for a reason. I want you to embrace this opportunity and not run away from it. I don't want you to question your decision again and again. I want you to be open to new experiences. I want you to feel proud of your journey and feel proud of where you come from. I want you to remember that with time, things will get better, that you have made this decision for a reason. I want you to be patient with yourself. But I also want you to make the most of this time, because this period in your life of starting from scratch in an absolutely new place is never going to come back. And you have been chosen for a reason. You are in this situation for a reason. You have made this life-changing, career-changing decision for a reason. Not everybody gets to do it. Not everybody gets to be in your position, and that's why you have to feel absolutely grateful and absolutely open to new opportunities that come your way in this new place, in this new country. And that's the mindset that I need you to have, that you're going to be open, you're going to be patient, you're going to embrace every change that is coming with this decision. And that's what I told myself when I moved to London in 2016. I told myself, I don't know how long I'm going to live here, but this has been my dream since I was a little kid, so I'm going to make the most of it. I am fortunate enough to be able to be in this position, to be able to be studying in this university with all these bright students. I am in the city of my dreams and I want to make the most of it. That's exactly what I told myself, and I hustled and I worked hard and I made sure I went for networking events. I made sure I met people. I made sure I always went on that journey of learning new things and communicating with people and learn what all this country had to offer. But because you're in the era of technology, of the internet, you can make the right decisions because you can sit down and research and prepare for your move. You don't have to go into this blindsided. You have so many more resources today than I had in 2016. You can be talking to people, you can reach out to people on LinkedIn, you can read articles, you can read blog posts by other students, watch videos like these where people guide you as to what are the step-by-step processes that you need to follow. I have made separate videos on cultural shocks in the UK, the working culture difference between the UK and India, as well as the things you need to pack if you're moving your country from India to the UK, which you can check out all on my channel up here. The more you know before you move, the research that you do, how much you educate yourself will lead to your transition being very, very smooth. I don't know how long I'm going to live in one place, but if I were to move again, I will make sure I talk to all the people that I know in that country and I familiarize myself with the ways of working, the local laws, the culture, the customs, the language, all of that. If you are a little bit prepared, if you make that mental note or even write down notes in your diary, you will reach the new country, you will reach the UK in a better position. You won't start from zero in that case. You'll be starting from a 20 or a 30 because you've already talked to people, you've already done your groundwork. The third thing that was a big change for me was learning the local language and the ways of communicating. Of course, all my education, thankfully, in India was in English. I mean, I knew the basic ways of talking and understanding and learning, and I gave the TOEFL exam also to be able to study at Imperial. But there are still some slang words, some common phrases that I had no idea about. I remember I was interning, I was doing 4 internships during my masters, and one of them where I was working directly with the founder, he kept saying this to me, send this to me by the end of play, and I didn't understand what it actually meant. I just had to Google it. It actually means just end of the day. But you know, these common phrases that people use here in the UK, we don't know. As someone who has had an English education, but we don't know the local ways of communicating, the common slangs and the common phrases. Like the British love to say cheers for thanks. They say cookie instead of biscuit. They say crisps instead of chips. So it's very important for you to understand the basics, and that is why I would say practice communicating with the locals. And if you are confused about the financial terms that are used here in the UK, you can refer to Remitly's Quid's English Glossary, which is absolutely free to use. It will help you decode all money-related phrases such as go Dutch, it's my treat, liquidity, put it on my tab. If you spend some time going through this list and reading what they actually mean and practicing them when you come here in your day-to-day language, it will help you avoid misunderstandings and miscommunication. So definitely refer to Remitly's Quid's English Glossary through the link below. Remitly is a fast, easy and reliable way to send money from the United Kingdom to India. It's an affordable and secure way to do international money transfers that helps you with all your remittance needs. You can choose any payment method that works for you, such as a debit or a credit card. Just sign up and start your online money transfer today. And I want to thank Remitly for sponsoring this video. And honestly, this glossary will also be useful for you because budgeting is a main constraint in a new country, especially in the UK, especially in a city like London, where the cost of living is so high, you don't understand the terms and then you get confused and you end up spending more money. So make sure you do refer to this glossary. It's very, very basic. It'll be very, very fun and very, very easy to understand once you actually go through it. So the link is below in my description. The next thing that I want you to do that I did was embrace the change. Make the most of this opportunity and go to local neighborhoods, take walks in parks, in beautiful neighborhoods like Notting Hill. The UK has so much to offer. Try the local cuisines, talk to the local people, go to museums, art fairs, food markets. Learn about the local traditions, learn about the local customs and culture, such as bonfire night. Try fish and chips. That's the typical British food. A city like London especially is a melting pot of so many cultures, people from different backgrounds. You can be having Ethiopian food for lunch and then going for an Irish dance class in the evening. There are people from all around the world that are here. Learn about their culture as well. Learn about their traditions. That is something that we still do, is we want to explore the UK even more. So from London, we rent a car and we go on road trips, and we've explored such beautiful towns around London and across the UK. Lake District is one of my favorites. Scotland is also a drive away. You can check out beautiful towns like Cotswold, Dover. There's just so much to see. The next is, of course, understanding the weather. This is something that I've still not understood, especially in the UK. When you're adjusting to a new country, of course, you have to learn and understand the local climate, the day-to-day weather, how people dress for that weather. And UK especially is very, very unpredictable. If you're going to study in some place like Canada, you know that it's going to be very, very cold. If you're going to go to the Middle East, you know it's going to be very, very warm. But in the UK, it could be extreme. In the summer, we have heat waves. In the winter, we have very, very cold waves. So I always say is, in the UK, make sure you're checking your weather app in the morning, carry an umbrella or a raincoat, wear layers, because indoors is very warm and outside it could be cold, it could be windy. It's very, very unpredictable. The next is also very important, which is making connection, making friends. Now, yes, adjusting to a new country, you'll only feel comfortable if you have friends that make you feel comfortable, because you're living away from family, from your childhood friends. So adjusting in a new place becomes a little bit easier if you know people who live there as well. One thing that I did is I reached out to people in my extended circle. So friends of friends, people who were living here for a while, people who were in a similar position as me, who were studying at the same university or had studied previously, then ended up getting jobs. So I reached out to a lot of my weak ties, my friends of friends, friends of my family. So these are the people that I reached out to initially. That's something that you can do as well. I'm sure you have old classmates, childhood friends, family friends, distant cousins who live in a country that you're going to. Reach out to them. Don't have any kind of ego. It'll just make you feel a little less like a foreigner and more like a local once you start reaching out to these strangers who will become your friends in the future. Other ways are that you go for local events, go and join online communities such as Meetup, go for local events on platforms like Eventbrite. There's just so much going on. You can join networking groups. There are so many networking groups in each city that you actually are going to. Find people who have similar interests as you, similar journey as you. That'll help you bond and connect with them on a deeper level. I will always say that push yourself a little bit outside your comfort zone, especially if you're an introvert and you are not comfortable meeting new people. You need to set a target for yourself, or kind of like a deadline that you're going to meet at least one new person a week. That way you'll get comfortable being uncomfortable, meeting new people, and slowly and steadily your social circle will increase. When me and my husband got married, we had no couple friends here in London, and I would say the first 1 year was very difficult and very lonely for me, because I had friends when I was single, but now I was looking to make some couple friends who were also married or dating in serious relationships. And it took us a while, but now we have a strong network of people who are also married in similar phases of life as us. And now that we have a baby, we're also trying to make friends with people who have babies, who have children. So I will say it takes time, but you have to take it in your own hands. Don't rely on one person or one friend. Make sure you have 3-4 people who could become your family like friends. That's super important. Otherwise, you'll just feel very, very lonely. The next thing that I want you to do is be okay with dealing with cultural shocks. Please remember that no two countries are the same. Every place that you go to, which is new and different from where you were born and raised, is going to take you time to adjust in that country, to adjust in that city. There are different ways of working in every place. There are different ways of communicating. There are different nuances that it will take you time. So don't be shocked and don't take it negatively that, oh my God, things here are so scary, things here are so different. Of course it's going to be different. Of course no two places are the same, just like no two people are the same. This is a normal part of the transition. Be very, very comfortable and confident about your story, your journey, where you come from. Be proud of where you come from, but also embrace what is yet to come. Embrace the place that you have now decided to live in. So be open-minded, be curious, don't be judgmental. Connect with others who've had a similar experience as you, who are in a similar position as you. But yes, keep in touch with your own culture, keep in touch with people back home. Try to do your own traditions in your own way in a new place. The last tip that I will give is please be patient and take care of yourself. This journey can be a very lonely journey, but I have done it. So many thousands of people have done it. It is going to be the best experience of your life in many ways. If you decide that it's going to be the best experience of your life, you have to take those little steps every single day to make a life, to create a life that you want. This is your version. This is your chance to have a new chapter in your life, to be a version of yourself that you haven't before, because you're in a completely unknown land. You can create your story the way you like, and you are the superstar in your movie. So make it big, make it happening. Remember, it can be challenging, but it's also very rewarding. It's all about the mindset, it's all about the perspective. So make sure to stay positive through this journey, because that always makes it a little bit easier. If you have any more tips, suggestions for other people in the community, or you want to ask me anything specific about my life in the UK, you can comment down below. Make sure to check out Remitly's free glossary, the Quid's English glossary, through the link in my description. I'll be back soon with another one, but until then, keep smiling and working hard towards your goals. I hope to see you soon. Bye.